today? Well, today is distilling day for our sweet potato vodka. This is going to be a lot of fun today. The ferment did get delayed by a week. It just wasn't quite done yet, so I gave it another week. So it was 2 weeks, and it is done now. I put a hydrometer in it, and I checked it. It's 1.000, so it's all completely done. All right, so what do we got to do next? Well, wait a minute. First things first. Welcome to Stillworks and Brewing. My name is Randy, and this is a channel that's all about home distillation and brewing. Okay, so what we got to do now is we need to transfer that ferment into the still pot. And with this is a little bit of a challenge. So how do we do that? Well, I like to use my sieve bucket system. I use a mash bag. You know, it's one of them boil in the bag bags. And I'll put it in here. Got all the holes in here. It will drain into here. And then I can empty this into the still pot. And that will filter out all the sediment. There was a lot of sediment in the sweet potatoes, because I did ferment on top of the sweet potatoes. So there is a lot of ferment, but there's a lot of good alcohol in there that we're going to get out. Okay, so with that being said, let's get started on that. It's kind of messy, but that's okay. You know me, I'm a mess anyway. All right, okay, so let's get ready to start having some fun, and then we're going to get this still going. And yes, okay. A mesh bag. And basically just start you always want a nice, good, clean ferment going in your still so that it takes most of the risk of scorching out. It sure does smell good. But I'm getting ready to get down into the sweet potatoes now. As you see, I'll put the ferment in the bucket with the grain bag. It will flow through the holes around this bucket into this bucket, and then down into that bucket. And now I got a good clean ferment to put into my still. Okay, so it's time to start stacking out the still. I have to say though, the straining the sweet potato mash distillate, it was not distillate, the mash, the ferment was a pain in the butt, but I think it's well worth the troubles. Okay, so let's start stacking out our still, and let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to, just because I want to, is I'm going to start off with my sight glass right up against the cone. Ooh, let me move this forward. All right. It's a chilly day today. Got snow falling outside. So it'd be a good day to distill. Been a while since I've made vodka and used my bubble plate. I'm going to show that to you here in a second. Okay, so now I'm going to put on my bubble plates. Now, if you notice, whoop, how nice and shiny they are. I just cleaned them last night with 551. You can go back in my videos or how to clean copper. They just turned out so nice and shiny. And if you also notice, I did modifications to this, and I noticed that I think the manufacturers are doing the same thing. So you'll be able to see how this works here in a little while. This is one of the fun parts. Is I love watching bubble plate work. It's just interesting. All right. So now what I want is my condenser, my Lee Big condenser. No, I'm wrong. Where's it at? There it is. I'm so wrong. There we go. I want my it's been a while. I want my pre-condenser. I was actually just testing to see if everybody's paying attention. Let's see, I want. All right, now I want my and the final thing will be my temperature probe. One more clamp. I do got a real little heat underneath of the thing, just warm things up just a little bit. Actually help warm it up here in the brew house, because I hate to tell you, I think most of the United States is cold today. Or going to be cold anyway. Still snowing out there. Okay, next thing I gotta do is get my water set up, then I'll be back and show you how I'm doing that. Okay, looks like a lot of fun stuff here. So what do we got? Well, I put my bubble plate on the bottom. My sight glass on the bottom, just so I can see what's going on. And then I got my bubble plate here. I got 4 plates. They're perforated plates. And then I got my pre-condenser here. And then of course my Lee Big condenser here. So I got a couple valves here so I can control the water going to the Lee Big and to the pre-condenser. So what I will do is I'm gonna start heating up my still, and then as the vapors come up and load my plates, I'll go into full reflux by cooling this down with most of the water. And I'll do that for a little while and let it reflux for a while. And then I'll start easing. Once I feel that I'm ready to start letting stuff come out, I will start cutting back on the water going to my pre-condenser, and then the most pure alcohol vapors will travel up and then on out. And hopefully we'll have a fantastic distillate. Vodka is a little bit more different to make than a lot of things, but it's a very enjoyable drink, and I think it's going to turn out fantastic. Okay, so let me get the plugged up to the electric, so I'm going to start heating up my still, and then I'll be back when something starts to happen, okay? I'm sorry about the noise. I'm heating up with gas, but you can see in my column here, I got the water shut off to my pre-condenser, because what I'm trying to do is I'm going to get my 4 shots and heads out of here. So I'm going to try to let them go on through. I mean, it's starting to produce a little bit now. It's like fingernail polish remover. It's very pungent. So it's getting that done. So what I'll do is I'm going to collect about 8 ounces off. And then what I'll do is you can see it's really starting to natural reflux here. And then the column will balance out. But I'm going to have to shut the heat down because it's going to be coming up a little bit too fast. All right. Let me shut the heat down just a little bit. All right, that's a lot quieter too. So like I said, I got this shut off, but I want to get rid of that first 8 ounces. And then what we'll do, see, it's just a little bit too hot now. I turned her down a little bit. All right, so like I said, this is shut off. We'll collect that off. Once I collect about 8, 10 ounces, I'll start the water on. It don't take much water to cool this down, and then we'll let it reflux. But it's already starting to fill plates up. Oop, still a little hot. Okay, so I got about a little over 8 ounces. All right, I'm gonna start easing the water onto my pre-condenser. And it won't take long for the output to stop once it cools that. It'll start sending everything back down the column. Dude. All right, so I got water coming out now. And it's just about stopped. All right, so what you're going to see now is you're going to see the plates start to load up. And I got it designed where it loads up to that level and then drops back down. Output's just about stopped, but it is stopped. Okay. All right, so we're going to let the plates fill up. We're going to let it reflux here. And then when I feel it's ready, we'll start letting we'll cut the water back on this and start letting that good stuff through. Okay, I think it's working pretty good so far. A few drips on my water lines though. I don't know if it's condensation or drips on the outside. Okay, so where are we at? Well, I cut back the coolant while we're going to my pre-condenser. I just got a nice little drip coming off into my first jar. Smells good. Tastes good. All my plates, they all seem to be equal. So I think I got it set just about right. So, what's the ideal bubble? The long and the short of the bubble plate is we just want to interact and try, as that water molecule and alcohol molecule is coming up the column, right? They're kind of stuck together. So the more we can interact it and move it around, the water will drop away and just let the alcohol molecule keep going up. And that's how we can get, with all that bubble action going, that's how we can get the more pure alcohol to come on out. And that's what we're after. What is vodka? Well, vodka, and I've heard a lot of people say, well, it has to be made out of potatoes, and that is false. The rules of vodka is it can be made out of anything that will ferment, but it needs to be fermented off at a very high ABV, and then you reduce it down to your drinking temperature, or drinking ABV, and not, like 80. And what it is a very pure product. And that's basically all it is. It's more alcohol than anything. A lot of the flavors from the mash will disappear, but I like to believe you do get some of that character through. Like, I've made corn vodka, like the vodka that starts with a T, and there is a little taste difference, and I think that's what people like, one brand versus the other. So I'm hoping this sweet potato vodka is going to be very, very delicious. Everything's looking in textbook, so we're going to be here for a little while because it's a slow process. I might have to turn the heat up just a hair. All right, so we'll be. Just a quick sight outside. It's a beautiful day. Snow coming down. Ain't much else to do but to distill. All right. Okay, so I think this run's about done. Check me that it started dropping like a rock. All right, so what I did is I got 1, 2, and about a half of good vodka there. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the pre-condenser off, and I'm gonna just collect this, just let it run out, and that's good alcohol. I'll save it, put it in my face jar. So I'm gonna go ahead and close off the cooling water to pre-condenser, just sort of letting it go on through. Now I turned the heat up. So yeah, you see it's starting to run pretty good. I mean, what do I got coming out of there now? I mean, it's coming. Oh, it dropped like crazy. It's down to 30%. So, it's good things. Good things. All right. So we're about done. So what I'm gonna do? What's next? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I put. If you notice, I put paper towels on the top. I'm gonna let them air out for a while, a few hours. Come back, smell them, and then what we'll do is we're gonna blend that together, and then proof it down to. I want 80 proof. That's where I like my vodka, and it's all in what you want. So I'm gonna get cleaned up a little while. And I'll see you back, and we'll work on this probably maybe tomorrow. All right. So we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, this look good looking stuff, but I mean, crystal clear, crystal clear. All right. So good morning. All right, so we're going. It's a chilly morning, And we've let this vodka air out overnight. Oh yeah, sure does smell good. Woo! Potent too. So we're going to blend this together. Ooh, it's hot though. It is hot. All right, let's blend this all together and we're going to cut it down. I mean, coming off the still, it started at like, it was a little bit on the low side. It was in the 180 proof range. Woo! Get rid of these. Damn, a few of them sips almost damn near gave me a buzz. All right. I think, let's just see where we're all mixed together where we're at. And we are, oh, it ain't even registering on the stick, so it's well above 80%. All right, so I figured it was hot. It tastes hot. All right, so what we're going to do is let's mix a little bit of water to it. And we're going to proof this down. I'm looking for, I know I'm going to have to add 2 bottles of water. If I can get 80 is what I'm shooting for. Let's see where we're at now. It's barely coming down. All right, let's see where we're at now. And it come down to 140 so far. Well, that is 120. Whew, that's still a little hot for me. Let me get another jar. Let's see where we're at now. Ooh, I'm right at 100. I think I might just leave it at 100. I think I'm going to. I was going for 80, but you know what? I think I'm going to leave it right at 100. All right. So, what we need to do, let me mix this last little piece together. I need let me work this out. I need a little taste. Okay. Nice little taste. I mean, well, of course you see the air bubbles in it now, but air is coming out. It's crystal clear. It really don't have no aroma. Maybe just a hair. It's very pleasant though. But it's a very good vodka. I might be able to taste a little bit of the characteristic of sweet potatoes. Like I said before, you always get that little bit of character. You ain't gonna say that tastes like sweet potatoes, or you ain't gonna taste that like corn or grain, but it has that character. There's just a little character in there. That's nice and pleasant. 100 is a little hot, but what I normally drink or use vodka for is for cocktails. All right, so I am very, very pleased with that. So the only thing I got left to do is I got to dig up some bottles, and I will put it through a coffee filter just for the heck of it. I don't need to, it is crystal clear, but I will anyway, because I'm gonna put it in bottles. All right, so let me get that poured into some bottles, and then we'll be back and we'll finish this up. Okay, so let's put some of this deliciousness into some bottles. And I'm gonna use a couple coffee filters stacked up. I mean, I really don't have to, because it is crystal clear, but I don't know why, but I always do. I always do. Just a good practice, I believe. All right. I've washed my bottles. All right. Hey, I got everything bottled up. Look at that. Ain't that is just the prettiest thing. I got 5 bottles of crystal clear, 100 proof sweet potato vodka. Oh, that's going to be so enjoyable. Vodka might be a little bit of work, but it sure is worth it, ain't it? All right, so the only thing I got left to do on this, Laura's gonna make me some nice labels up for this, put some nice labels on it. I will mark them with a little painter's tape just so I don't confuse them until I do get the labels put on them. Because what do I always say? I know. I'm always gonna remember what it is. Yeah, right. We know better than that. Okay, this has been a fun project. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I sure did. And I know some people that's going to enjoy the final product. So I guess the last thing I got to say is, hey, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time here on Stillworks and Brewing. Cheers, everybody.